All right, so I've mapped out of sectioned off all your different UV islands or UV shells, and I'll quickly just show you how to unwrap them like this. So I've already done this the other leg. Instead of doing this leg, I'll let you do it, and I'll take if we've got this arm, we'll do this arm. So we'll take this arm. So all I'm gonna do is right now it's got a seam around this edge here, so around that edge. If I was to grab the UVs for it and then unfold it, it's going to unfold around that seam, which is not what we want. So what I'll do is I will actually let's take the hand off first before we get too far ahead of ourselves, because although I unwrapped the I took the feet off the legs, I forgot to take the hands off the so I'm just gonna go around here and grab all the edges and then cut the edges. So go up here to the cut tool, or which just cuts the seam, doesn't actually cut the geometry, it's cutting the UVs. Now, did that actually work? I don't know if it did. Well, we'll find out. So if I go to UV shell, yep, that worked. So I can separate that. Now, if I grab this, and if I cut a seam up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. Make sure it goes all the way up, yep. And then cut that, and now I can grab the UV shell and go to, so if I hold control and right click and then 2 UVs and then shift right click unfold. Now when you do this, I'll bring up the options menu, it's off to my side, the side of the string. I'll reset the options and then I'll show you what I've set. Take pack off. If you leave pack on, what it does is it packs them all automatically. I'll just control Z and you take pack off, and then if I unfold, yay, nice, cool, okay. And that is your arm, and you just do that with the rest of them. So with the hand, you'll probably want to run a seam somewhere down here. I'm not that sure of the hand. Now with the head, it's in 2 different segments. What you'll probably want to do is just plane and map them again. I'll do it for you. Project, and then that is one complete UV island, and then you'll probably run a seam down there and around, just play with it. Alright, I hope that helps. Pro tip, just before I go, bring up your assign a new material to it, a new Lambert, and then in the attributes, let's delete your history first. Delete by type history. Actually have it selected this time. Delete by type history, and then Lambert 2. On Lambert 2, go to add a checker, and then press 6, and go back in the network, step up, yep, until you get to the place 2D texture, and then set it to a UP to 40 and 40, which will give you a really nice visual cue. Now if I switch this to renderer, the 2.0, it gives a much cleaner layout, and here you can really tell how your UVs are being laid out. So if I bring up the UV again, now with that's really bright, and that might be, you can barely see, but if you go up to image, dim image, that makes it a little bit easier. And then if I grab these and move them around, you can see it's moving on here, and you can see how distorted it is. I can rotate it around, and you can see over here it's rotating the checkers. So you can, I like to have this checker on, this technique on. You can actually go into here and select I don't think it's going to show because the you can select that. No, it's not that. It's one of these items, but there's an item up here, but I don't like using I don't like using that because well, for one, the check is way too big, and for two, it brings up this really weird, color scheme, which I'd rather just apply checker material to it. Okay, I will leave it there. I hope that helps.